y'all, I'm Elisa and I am the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and today I have a new crafter's guide video for you. We're going to head to a store you might not think of as a craft store, but I can guarantee I'll show you some crafty finds. Let's go to Home Depot. Come on. I'll be honest, one of the real reasons that I love Home Depot are these carts. When they were little, my boys were thoroughly entertained by these, and I was able to walk the store and actually look around. In order to get a good feel for the whole store, I chose to walk up and down the aisles. Did I get a few weird looks? Of course, but I'm pretty used to that by now. First up is the lumber department. Of course, we all know that Home Depot offers a wide array of wood. But if I were starting a craft room from scratch, nothing beats custom. You can customize your own desk, create your own shelving, any of these things, and a lot of different options at a lot of different prices are available here at Home Depot. Pegboards are an invaluable tool in any craft space. I will link a video that I created on how to make the ultimate crafty pegboard. You don't want to miss it. I found this lattice work that I thought would be so fun to paint and put on a wall in a craft room as a display piece so that you could attach projects to it. This MDF comes pre-cut in some smaller sizes, and it is super affordable for creating your own workspace. Did you know you can have wood cut to a specific size at Home Depot? Just ask a team member for help. There is a charge per cut, but it makes it so much easier once you get home. I am certainly not a woodworker, but a few tips I've picked up along the way include researching your wood. Make sure that you are getting the right type of wood for your project. No need to overspend if you're just doing a small little craft room project. If you're making something for the outdoors, make sure you get pre-treated wood that is meant to be outside, or make sure you treat it yourself. Home Depot team members are really knowledgeable, so be sure to ask them any questions you might have. This is a railing meant for a staircase, but hung vertically like this, it is the perfect size for holding things like paint bottles, sprays, liquid ink. I think it would make a great display in any craft space. Here's a different take on that lattice work that I saw earlier. This time it is plastic, and it comes in a variety of sizes and colors. I think, again, this would be interesting to add to a wall as a display piece, or even to the back of a bookshelf, just to add a little bit more interest into your craft space. I currently have an overage of traveler's notebooks in my craft room, and I have seen projects on Pinterest where they take real gutters, cut them to a specific size, and attach them to walls, and they make great shelves because they have a nice deep pocket where things can sit and be displayed. I used metal sheeting like this in my previous craft space to create a magnet board. I used one of the patterned sheets of metal and placed it on top of a magnetic board, and it worked great and was a little bit more interesting to look at than just the plain board. It was pretty easy to put together, just drill holes through both sheets and attach to the wall. So many shelving options available. These particular pieces are meant to be stained so you can see the beautiful grain in the wood. It's hard to beat these melamine panels for creating your own shelves or desk. They're already white, very durable, and there are even pieces meant to create bookcases. Just pick out the piece meant for your project, cut it to size, and voila, craft room storage. These are boards that were intended for wall panels, but I have used them in my craft room to back up bookcases, create a border around my pegboard, and to create custom shelves for my pegboard that had a more unique feeling. Speaking of walls, these wall panels were super intriguing. I would love to cut one down and use it to stage photographs for my Instagram and blog posts. Let's take a break from storage and talk about junk journaling. I loved all of these washers in the different sizes and textures. I can imagine painting them and using them in all kinds of projects like junk journals, traveler's notebooks, even creating some cute tabs or keychain dangles to attach to my traveler's notebook. I love all the texture and just the different elements that you can use in your projects to add a little flair. This is one of my bigger surprises that I didn't realize they had here, and that is plastic and glass sheeting. And so I think this is originally intended to replace broken picture frames, things like that. But I was thinking that I could create my very own glass mat. I've been wanting the Tim Holtz glass mat for a long time. Why not try to create my own with my own glass panel? For $10 plus a can of spray paint, I think that would be a pretty good deal. You know me, I love pegboards, but I didn't realize Everbuilt had their own pegboard system. I'm not a fan of black, but I'd love to spray paint these and try their new system. You know if it's built for a garage that it's going to have the strength and durability to hold up in your craft room. Home Depot has a huge variety of pegboard accessories, so I'm sure you can find exactly what you need. I especially like the little shelves and baskets that you can buy. And the clamps that I found were super interesting, and I'm thinking of perhaps using them to display my date stamps, my roller stamps that I have in a drawer at the moment. I also found these cute little canisters that you can attach to a pegboard because of a little slot that they have built in that would just slide over top of a flathead screw. And how cute would that be for all kinds of little craft supplies? While they don't have the typical tape runners or liquid adhesive you might find in a craft store, the adhesive options at Home Depot are vast. All kinds of hooks, Velcro, foam, almost anything you could use in your craft room you can find right here at Home Depot. I use the extra strong double-sided foam adhesive when I'm not feeling very patient enough to actually mount things the right way. And I love the Velcro options they have. And I saw a cute display where they had Velcro on the back of a canister and used it to stick to the wall. And I think that could come in really handy with a craft cart or in a small craft space. This mat is meant for the inside of a toolbox, but I think it would work great inside a desk drawer to hold tools in place. And speaking of tools, the array of tool storage is awesome. While they might not be the girliest colors, I think that's fine. A lot of us like red and black anyway. Plus, a can of spray paint can go a long way in customizing your storage to what you like. There are so many options, sizes, and customizable pieces in these toolkits that I think it's worth a look, especially if you are a crafter that likes to craft on the go, like scraps or getting together with groups. Any of these would be great for carrying your materials around with you. This might be pretty random, but I had no idea that Home Depot had all of these different kinds of signs. I thought they were so cool and definitely some possibilities for customizing them for the holidays or for use in your house. I especially liked this one that said smile. There are tons of projects on Pinterest that utilize PVC pipe. And the cool thing is it's really affordable and you can have it cut at Home Depot to the sizes that you need. The other thing that you will probably need if you're working with PVC pipe is PVC cement. There are a lot of different kinds, so make sure you read the backs and know if yours is permanent and waterproof. This is the kind that I have used in projects in the past. If you're working on a smaller project, you may opt for one of these smaller cuts. They're cheaper to start with, and yes, you can still have them cut to size at Home Depot. By the way, if you can't tell, I've made my way over to the plumbing section. A quick aside, I once used a dryer vent to make a great robot costume. Oh, the things we'll do for crafting. Like I said, if I were starting all over on a craft room, I feel like custom is the way to go, and one of the best ways to customize your craft room is creating your own desk space. Home Depot has a pretty good array of laminate countertops and cabinet bases that you could combine to create your own custom storage and desk space in your craft room. You can even consider using wall cabinets as your base cabinets if you have a more narrow space. Just cut down your countertop, you'll have a more narrow desk, but it saves space in the overall footprint of the room. Home Depot can also order you laminate countertops that are not much more expensive than these found in the stores. Most of the cabinetry comes in 3 different colors: a white, a medium brown, and a dark brown. So not as many options, but of course you can always customize the white by cutting out middles or painting the whole thing a bright color. The color guard instructor in me always stops at the electrical tape. I love seeing all the different colors, and I'm sure I could find a use for these in my craft room, right? Again, storage available at Home Depot. My feeling is if it's strong enough and durable enough to live in the garage all year long, then surely it'll work for my craft room too. While I prefer clear storage, there are some craft items that just don't need to be seen all the time. These are some heavy-duty shelves that are intended for garage storage. I feel like they would work well in a craft space if you were into ceramics or pottery or some heavier items like that. Or you might just prefer the more industrial vibe that these give off. I like that some are mesh and some are solid. There's a lot of different options that you can customize to your needs. I'd say the majority of my crafty friends don't have a craft room, but they do have a craft closet. And if you're going to stay organized in your craft closet, then this is the place to come. The kitchen and utility organization section at Home Depot has tons to offer, and you can customize your closet for your craft needs. All of this shelving is relatively easy to install, and the accessories make it easy to use in a craft space. Plus, many of them are meant to hang on the back of doors, and that can come in really handy if you already have some storage going on in your craft room. I love how easy it is to create your own adjustable shelving system. All you have to do is choose your shelf size and color from anywhere in the store, not just that area. Then pick your bracket. You see how they have those rails? That way you can adjust the shelves after they're installed, and then you pick up some hardware to make sure they stay on track. Again, there are tons of options, and don't forget that you can paint and customize any of this. Spray paint is your friend. If you don't like the white or the black hardware, go for it. Those pops of color look great in any craft space. ClosetMaid has a more finished looking line that includes drawers and cabinets. All you have to do is pick your middle tower, add additional shelving, and then you can customize it with drawer fronts, cabinet doors, anything like that. Again, if you have a craft space in a closet, then this is a wonderful resource to help you keep it organized. I think there's even a way that you could add a desk right on into that closet. These are even more shelving options that I found in the kitchen section. I actually use that large silver shelf right there, the 5-tier shelf, for my kids' craft items because I find it easy to hang things off of it, and it's nice and sturdy for the playroom. Plus, I love all these cute decorative shelves that can be used for displaying projects or craft supplies that you want out. Using your craft supplies as decor in your room is a fantastic idea and will inspire you all year long. Okay, another random item. We used to have this stick-on backsplash when I was growing up, but I didn't realize how flexible it is. I totally think that you could take this, cut it down, and make a traveler's notebook cover, and I think that I'm going to try it. Each panel is $20, and I think I could get 2 or 3 traveler's notebook covers off of each one, and I think they would be super cute, super unique, and super fun. I cannot wait to try it. Does anybody else just like checking out all the different tile displays? I find them super inspiring, and I love seeing the repetitive patterns. I'll take pictures sometimes and use them as inspiration for the background on art journal pages. Look around you all of the time for inspiration. Sometimes there are new trends that are spotted in the most unlikely of places. Speaking of art journaling, did you know that they had a spray paint test station at Home Depot? I totally didn't, and I want to rip off this paper and take it home and use it as some art journal inspiration. All right, here it is. Remember all those times I said all you need is spray paint to make this super cute? There are so many spray paint options out there, and I swear every time I go to Home Depot, I find even more. This one is new to me. I've never seen glitter spray paint before. The metallics are ones that I go to all of the time for changing up hardware, and the fluorescents are tons of fun when working on kids' projects. They have all of the classic colors that you can use over and over in your craft room, and white and of course black come in handy all of the time when you're working on projects. There's also a hammered metal look, which is pretty cool for refinishing a few things, and a stone finish, which I have never tried, but I bet is pretty awesome too. Now, I have used this one on more than one occasion when refinishing something for my craft room. Also, you know I'm marker obsessed, so these of course caught my eye and would be fantastic in any art journal. I like how bold they are. Of course, this is the craft that everyone thinks of when they think of going to Home Depot, and that is paint sample cards. If you type in paint sample card crafts to Pinterest, you will get hundreds of ideas. Bookmarks, ephemera pieces, wreaths, lamps, so many different things, and here you have every color to choose from. These are meant as sample cards, so don't get greedy. But if you have an idea, go pick out the colors you need and go for it. These paint stirrer sticks are 3 for $1, and I plan to pick a few up and use them as a project to customize my trash can. Of course, I found a wide array of paintbrushes. Some are super cheap and some are pretty pricey. I guess it depends on the type of project you're doing, but I tend to lean towards the cheaper ones. It might seem odd, but I often have sandpaper in my craft room. I use it to rough up the edges of certain pieces and as texture pieces in junk journals. Lighting is so important in your craft space. Really take a look at what makes your crafts easier to work on and really brightens your room. I prefer the bright white light bulbs, and I usually get 40 watt or 60 watt. Just a quick break to appreciate the cuteness of all of these succulents. Christmas has already exploded at my local Home Depot. The great thing about Home Depot is they offer a lot of the basics that you can then customize. Really basic trees, basic wreaths, basic garlands that you can add onto as a crafter and make your own. I happen to use mini LED lights in my craft room all year long. Don't forget to check out the garden section at Home Depot. There are tons of shapes, materials, and colors that will inspire you out here as well. Flower pots are great for storing things that you want to be seen, and there are so many cute ones that fit a lot of different styles, so you can use these in your craft room as well. My favorite outside find, though, are these cement blocks, which might seem weird. But did you know each of them is under $2 and that you can create a custom shelving unit with these blocks? You can spray paint the blocks and use them as anchors with pieces of wood in between to create a desk, a bench, or custom shelving. My sister did this in her college dorm room and created a huge custom shelf for under $20. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Home Depot finds are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button. I hope you have a fantastic day, and as always, keep it creative.